Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to everyone who's joining. Sorry if there's a little bit of a delay. I'm having some Wi-Fi issues today, but welcome. If you're here, let us know that you're here in the comments so we can say hello. If you're watching this on the replay, hello to you as well. Please be sure to like this video and share it if it resonates. But how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Yes, it is Wednesday. I almost said it was Thursday. It has been a long week. But yeah, the title of this video, right? Using our skills for ourselves, how we can start freelancing to get free. And so I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my story and then also introduce a new offering I have, which is coaching, freelancing coaching. As I have pivoted from a corporate setting, right, a toxic job experience that I talk a lot about on my channel, into being a freelancer with my business, Free Black Woman Virtual Solutions. Yeah, my life has changed. My life has really changed. And I'm hoping that I can help you, right? Change your life to become a freelancer and all the freedom that freelancing brings as we are able to take our skill set out of toxic work environments and use it for ourselves. I feel like there's a lot of potential for us. Jay says hello. I'll be listening quietly. It's 1 a.m. here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. At such a late time. Good to see you. Maya Spikes. Hey. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. Saida. Hey. Yes, please, y'all. Subscribe to Saida's channel. Saida the writer on YouTube. Yes. I'm so excited for everything. If you're interested in writing erotica, short fiction, Saida has resources coming that I'm really excited about. So, yes. Yeah. But getting to the topic, right? As Black women, we have so many skills. We have the most degrees of any demographic in the US. If we don't have degrees, we have certifications and special qualifications that put us far above our colleagues in terms of skill level. We have all these things already. We're not missing skills, right? That's not the reason why we're experiencing these things in the workplace. In fact, we're above a lot of people when it comes to skill set. And that makes us a target, which I'm going to get to, right? In other words, we stand out in the workplace because of our brilliance, because of what we bring to the table, because of what we do effortlessly that a lot of people have to work at, right? We're targeted because of this. We're harmed, we're mistreated, as I talk about on my channel. And this mistreatment often gets worse the more skills that we acquire. Hey, Rashida, good to see you. Your dream strategist. Yes, please subscribe to Rashida's channel too. Yes. Yes, we are all in the challenge with Rashida and Stephanie this week. So yes, good to see you. Yep, so despite our skill sets, right, we're underpaid, we're overworked, we're given multiple roles, and we're treated like workhorses. This was the case for me in the toxic job I was in, right? Given 2 full-time roles essentially, and me not realizing that I could say no, right? Or ask for a salary increase. And this is very intentional. A lot of us experience this in toxic jobs. We don't know that we have agency to say, no, I'm not going to do that. And so they continue piling work on us to the point where we become exhausted because we're human, right? And we can't take on 2 full-time jobs and still be okay. But we're not being viewed as human. That's the whole issue. We're being viewed as being capable to take on multiple jobs and stuff that people do not want to do, and they know that we'll do it, right? And I think it's time to say no more to that. We're done with that. We're not doing that anymore, right? And then in the toxic job I was in, as I have talked about before, I wasn't compensated appropriately for those 2 roles. And then when I raised concerns, I was gaslighted. I was not given the compensation that I deserved. And so it led me to internalize what was happening to me as something is wrong with me, that I should just be okay with accepting this mistreatment. Wrong, right? And I hope to be able to share more about that, why that is wrong, that we feel that way. And it's normal because we are socialized, right, as women, as Black women, to internalize what happens to us a lot And then we start thinking that something is wrong with us. It's not. It's the toxic environment you're in that is treating you this way, that is asking you to do things that no one human being can do. That's the reason you're not able to do it. Right. And then again, performance reviews, that's a whole other topic that could go down. Right. But there's a lot of levers that are being used to literally destroy us, attempt to destroy us in these toxic jobs, the more skills that we gain. So this is a real issue that a lot of us are realizing now. Again, as we have gotten all the degrees, and even if you don't have the degrees, you've gotten the certifications, you've gotten the things that set you apart. And in toxic environments and oppressive institutions, stuff that sets you apart makes you a target. And that's what I really want to touch on today, right? Like I said, I had all the skills. I graduated. Yeah, it is, Rashida. Yes, it is wrong. It's very wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Rashida says, I've totally had the experience of being disrespected when I've asked for a raise in a job. Yeah. Yeah. That's real. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Right. And so that external gaslighting, as I talked about before, becomes internal gaslighting. When we are socialized to internalize what happens to us, instead of being able to put the blame on our environment, on the people who are causing these issues, now we're internalizing it and thinking something's wrong with us when nothing was ever wrong with us the entire time. And that's the danger in a lot of these environments, because then we start to question our self-worth, right? All of our skills, again, going back to that, everything that we've worked so hard for up until this point, now all of this stuff is up for question because we've begun to internalize the harm and mistreatment that we're experiencing in this toxic work environment when it wasn't us the entire time, right? So like I said, I had all the skills. I graduated with highest honors from a highly regarded finance program. I had a graduate degree from a top university. I did all the internships, AKA free labor. That's another topic, right? Doing all this work for free, especially in a helping profession like social work. I think I did about 900 hours of, it's called practicum in social work, but that's essentially like free labor, right? Through internships. So that's a whole other topic, right? I worked at the top companies, but that did not stop me from experiencing a toxic job that almost destroyed my life. And that's the case for so many of us. We're taught that these external sources of validation, right? These credentials, these titles will protect us from mistreatment. It often leads us to be even more of a target. Again, because we're in toxic, oppressive institutions, having all these skills. They're not going to appreciate our skill set because they're looking at us like, oh, that's triggering my insecurity. Okay, and that's a really systemic issue with the workplaces that we're seeing. Yeah. Rashida says, say that again. We internalize it, but it was never us in the first place. It wasn't. And once you come to that realization, as I have been on my healing journey, right, realizing that it was never me, that's when the blocks start to like come into place, right? The puzzle pieces. And you start to see the system for what it is. This entire time, all these external parties, right, interested in my continued oppression were trying to convince me that something was wrong with me, to silence my voice, to take my power. And more of us are saying, absolutely not. That's not going to happen anymore. Because again, the more of us who share our stories, we're able to connect the dots, which is why oppression, right, functions to convince us to not share our stories, because they don't want us to connect the dots. Because once we do, we see that it's not us for real. And this is actually a systemic issue that so many Black women are experiencing in the workplace. The more skills that we gain, the more of a threat we become, right? The phenomenon of from pet to threat that Dr. Kamani, Lifting As We Climb Consulting, her YouTube channel, that she talks about so often, coined by 3 Black women professors, right? This is real, from pet to threat. And learning about that concept really changed my life because I thought it was me. And then I'm like, okay, I can see a title for it now. Once you have words for what you're going through, now things start to click. No, I just went from pet to threat in the workplace because of my skills, because I interacted with a toxic leader who was insecure, that's the reason I was treated how I was treated. It didn't have anything to do with me, right? And that's powerful. Yeah. Garden Living with Cicely. Hello. Yes. I'm looking forward to watching your video tomorrow. Yes. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Hope and Victory. Hey. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Natural Ally D says, good evening, all. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. Good to see you. Rashida says, yes, that's powerful. I've never heard that before, but it's good. Yeah, from pet to threat. Yeah, if y'all haven't heard about that concept, Dr. Kamani has so many videos on her channel of Lifting as We Climb Consulting on YouTube. I think I have a couple videos about going from pet to threat in the workplace that I was in on my channel as well. But it's real. And it's a global phenomenon, having just co-hosted the Job Liberation Virtual Summit for Black women with Dr. Kamani, hearing Black women's experiences who participate in the summit in the chat, realizing that this is a global issue, right? We had people from Germany, from the UK. I think there was someone from Kenya, right? So this is a global issue, a global phenomenon that Black women are experiencing in the workplace, going from pet to threat. And again, this term was coined by 3 Black women professors, right? So yes. Hey, Black Artivism. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Yes. Yeah. All right. Yes, because the more skills that I displayed in the toxic work environment that I was in, the more one toxic leader, like I said, saw it fit to insult me, to insult other Black employees behind their backs in front of me. We know that triangulation is very real, and that is pitting 2 people against each other, and the power source, right, kind of maintains and continues their power by pitting those 2 people against each other. And that is a tactic of narcissistic abuse as well. Yeah. To talk over me in meetings that I was tasked with leading as part of the second role that I was asked to do, right? So my skills work to my detriment in a toxic job, which is the case for so many of us. But they don't work to my detriment anymore, which is what I wanted to share, right? In my freelancing business, Free Black Woman Virtual Solutions, providing assistance, support to Black women digital entrepreneurs as we continue to see our presence in the online business space grow, which I love to see. I think more of us are realizing the potential, right, that exists in the online business space to share our creations, to grow revenue streams, to work on our time wherever we want, right? Location freedom, financial freedom. We no longer have an income ceiling in entrepreneurship, specifically in online entrepreneurship, because the costs to start are so low, right? Again, having worked on getting capital to Black-owned businesses in the job I was in, realizing that the capital gap is very real, and it keeps a lot of us out of entrepreneurship. But online business has completely eliminated that. You can start a business with as little as $0, right? Which is what I did with my freelancing business. Once I took the 5-day VA challenge, right? Got the tools for that. I was able to get the blueprint for what to do with my business. So yes. Oh, good. So good to catch a live. Yes. Good to see you here. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So my freelancing business, Free Black Woman Virtual Solutions, it allows me to use the skills I gained in my career. It increases my earning potential, right? The more skills that I gain. So no longer are the skills that I'm gaining making me be perceived as more of a threat because I'm not in a toxic environment anymore. I get to choose who I work with now. And all of my clients are Black women who have businesses that also support other Black women. So that is huge, right? That is key in being a freelancer. You get to choose your clients. No longer do you have to work with people that you don't like to work with. You have the power to attract your client base. Yes. So my freelancing business has changed my life. So now I'm offering coaching, right? If you would like assistance with freelancing, starting a freelancing business, growing it, if you already have one and you're having issues attracting clients, I know this is something a lot of us run into. How do I find clients? And me having, again, grown my business over what has it been, like 15 months now? Because I launched my business last year on International Women's Day. And now I'm able to, sustain my life in Guadalajara, Mexico, now living abroad. I would love to help you get to that point as well. So I am offering coaching, one-on-one coaching, helping you start or grow your freelancing business. But really, my ultimate goal is to help more Black women get to freedom, right? Whatever that looks like for you. A lot of us are struggling in toxic jobs where we're underpaid, we're being bullied. We don't see any way for advancement because, again, the more skills that you gain, the more you're looked at as a threat. So how are you supposed to advance in an environment like that? It's like we're being set up for a trap, right? We're being set up and told, we want you for your skills. We want you to gain more skills. But then it triggers people's insecurity who are supposed to be tasked with leading you. That sounds like a trap to me. And it's a trap that's actually leading to things like anxiety, depression, right? Suicidal ideation for some of us. It can get to that point because it is so confusing. Because we are told that the more degrees, the more credentials that we get, the safer we will be. That has been proven to be false by so many of us sharing our stories, right? And I feel like freelancing is really the way to take your skill set, use it to work for yourself, right? Attract the people who you want to work with. Have location freedom if you want to travel. A lot of these jobs we're in don't allow us to travel, right? We have to request vacation time. Sometimes they deny our leave, right? And it's viewed as a privilege to be able to take time off when we actually need time to rest. These jobs we're in are not treating us like human beings, right? And when you pivot to freelancing, you can begin to treat yourself like a human being and also attract other clients who view you as human and who want to see you do well and who do not want to work you to death like a lot of these jobs do. Yeah. Black Artivism says tracking down clients and be tricky when you go freelance depending on what you do. Yeah. Yeah, I know that's an issue that a lot of us run into. And really the piece of advice I have for that, and I would love to work with you, right? Coaching if you're running into this issue, is by putting your stuff out there, being your authentic self, getting in communities where your ideal client base is, right? That's key. If you're in communities already, a lot of us are overlooking the communities that we're already in, the friendships that we already have, right? The networks that we already have, we're overlooking these things. That could be where your client base is. If you've noticed an issue come up repeatedly, like someone saying, I need help with this. I really wish someone could help me with this. Or if you do stuff for free, that's the case for a lot of us. And not realizing that you could actually turn that into a business, into an income source if you want to finance your dream life, right? So yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. Freelancing is freedom. Freelance is freedom. Yes. I love that. Thank you, Nakia. Thank you. Yes, freelance is freedom. Yeah. Yep. And I think a lot of us are realizing that, especially if you're interested in entrepreneurship, right? Because this is not the case for all of us. Some of us are not even interested remotely in the prospect of entrepreneurship because it can be, some like a learning curve. And I would love to help walk you through that as I have been a new entrepreneur again over the past 15 months, and having a research background in Black women entrepreneurs, studying the specific challenges that we face when it comes to capital, right? Lack of support, lack of technical assistance being available to us. These issues are very real and they're also systemic. In me having a research background, I'm able to bring that unique perspective, right, to coaching. So yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me know if y'all have any questions about freelancing that I can answer. Also, Please put them in the comments if you are watching the replay. But my ultimate goal, right, is to help Black women achieve freedom, right? Time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, freedom to choose who we want to work with, and not being underneath leaders who view us as targets. The more skills that we gain, what if the more skills that we gain, the more our earning potential increases, which is what freelancing provides you with? What if the more skills that we gain, right, the more opportunities come to us, the more that people seek us out for the knowledge that we have? These are all things that I have experienced personally, pivoting to freelancing from being in a corporate environment. Yeah, and I would love to help you and coach you on that journey as well, because so many, more of us deserve to go after our dreams and live the life that we want to, and not just what someone has told us we have to do, right? Being a 9-to-5 setting that feels very rigid, very stagnant, no room for creativity. Again, you have to ask for permission to do things. What if we were able to take our skills into our own hands and live that life of freedom that way, right? As Exodus Summit has shown us, creating online income streams so that you can travel, you can do the things that kind of call to your soul, right? And these things are possible, as I have shown, right, over the past 15 months, making this journey from experiencing major depression in a toxic job to now working with clientele, right? Black women who are supporting other Black women in their online businesses as our presence in this space continues to grow. Yeah, and I love it. Hey, Jetta. Yes, hello from California. This is right on time. I leave the job I've had for over 20 years next month. I've been preparing for 4 years. Income with bring even more security for sure. Ooh, thank you for sharing that. And I'm excited for you. I leave the job I've had for over 20 years next month. Ooh, that's giving me so many ideas. Yes. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you. We're excited for you. Garden Living with Cicely says, how many clients do you typically work with? So currently I have 4 virtual assistants clients. And as I am pivoting my business, which is again another benefit of freelancing, you have the ability to pivot from what you're doing. If you see something else that kind of draws your attention, like coaching is for me, as I have gone through this journey, realizing that I have things to share, information and knowledge, right, in a pathway to share with other Black women, I'm kind of pivoting from being a virtual assistant to now coaching. But yes, I have 4 clients at the moment, again, who are Black women, who are all Black women who have businesses dedicated to supporting and uplifting Black women as well. So yes, working with my dream clientele. Yeah. Absolutely, yes. We're excited for you. Yes. Black Artivism says yes, because these jobs is like a new age sweatshop. Ooh, true words had never been spoken. Yes, that's true. That is true. Yep. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's real. Yeah. So if you are interested, right, in starting or growing your freelancing business, please schedule a call with me. I would love to work with you. Calendly.com/InPriceMSW. But yeah, I think that ends my talk for today. I want to encourage all of you that your dreams are possible, right? That life that has been calling to you is actually feasible, and you have the ability to make it happen. And freelancing, I feel like, especially for Black women, is one of those ways that we can pivot and have that income source if the fear of you're not going to have money right after you leave a toxic job is kind of making you stay in a situation that's draining you, that is taking your energy, where you're experiencing bullying, microaggressions, all of these things at every turn. You have the ability to pivot, and freelancing really provides you with that, as I have seen for myself right over the past 15 months. Black Artivism, do you help with freelance VA or anything? So anything. Yeah, so anything. So one of the things that I'm passionate about is working with Black women to identify our existing skill sets, And so it's not just in virtual assistants, right? We are experts, we're leaders in a lot of the fields that we're in. But because we have been socialized to downplay our skill sets, we don't realize that the things we're doing are actually skills that are highly in demand. So identifying those skills to be able to freelance, right? To be able to attract your clientele, put your products out there. If that's the route you want to go, put your consulting link out there. I have a video about that on my channel. It can be as easy as setting up a Calendly link like I have, right? Consulting on an issue that you are very knowledgeable about. And a lot of us are. A lot of us are subject matter experts. And so we can use that skill set to pivot into something, right? Into freelancing, attract our clientele. And that could be the way to leave a toxic job, get location freedom. If you want to travel internationally and your job doesn't allow you to do that currently. So there are a lot of benefits that I see with freelancing, especially for Black women. Hey, Mara. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Yeah, so on that note, y'all, if you'd like to schedule a coaching call with me, calendly.com/mpricemsw. I would love to work with you to create your plan and help you start or grow your freelancing business. And I also have an option for an Ask Me Anything session. If the question that you have, right, the coaching thing that you need help with doesn't fall into that bucket, you can also book a call with me there. So yeah, y'all, Mara says, so grateful for these lives because I can't wait to start my freelancing business, but I'm nervous. But with 11 years of customer service experience, I can help Black women entrepreneurs. Yes, you can. And I'm excited. I'm excited. Yes. Customer service, that's huge, right? Again, as more of us enter the online entrepreneurship space, we need help. A lot of us don't want to be in grind mode that entrepreneurship tells us it has to be, right? A lot of us want to operate our businesses with ease, which requires help and assistance. So if other Black women, right, can step in to assist with our skill sets like customer service with other Black women entrepreneurs, I feel like that's the perfect ecosystem, right, for innovation and business growth. So yes, I agree. You're so welcome, Garden Living with Cicely. Yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Black Artivism, this was great info. Thanks for this video. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And on that note, ease is the way. Yes, I completely agree. Yes, check the link in the description to schedule a call with me. And yeah, I hope that you have a great rest of your night. I will be going live tomorrow with Kiyoka to talk about traveling as an introvert at 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, hope y'all tune in for that. Until next time, y'all. Bye. Thank you.